in their forum, in their different forum, that
Attention, attention. IPOB, one family. This announcement is for those outside of the USA that wish to donate to the Eastern Security Network Fund that is based in the United States. Because of the fees that donators have to pay the bank when sending wires, we recommend that if you're sending less than $250, that you donate through the IPOB USA website. It's fast, simple, and less expensive for you. Go to our website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is www.ipobinusa.org/donate and make your contribution. When it comes to keeping our people safe, every bit counts. After all, the security of our communities is our responsibility. Let's make this happen together.
Yeah, Mr. Bella once again. Wisdom, feel it, come on. Yeah.
Say Biafra will not last forever. They say IPOB no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? What do they see? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. No. Biafra will live forever. 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 Ogerugo manige tetanura. The lovers of Biafra. This is the time we need to come together and fight for what is belong to us. Ogerugo maniga bandizu, what make us a giant of Africa. Adam Pochinti na Sugo Mbogeru Nisina Nyama Kweno. Hello Lisa Binigwe, out of his wisdom, giving us somebody like nnamdi for this our race mission. Biafra will not last forever. They say IPOB no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. Oh no. See you joke, our hero have the 14 never stop. Nnamdi cannot but no phone will stop. He cannot stop. Biafra will live forever. Believe me now.
But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this wonderful and powerful live broadcast where we will be addressing a lot of things, especially the progress of the indigenous people of Biafra. If you see me like this, don't get mad. Don't be surprised. This is just me. I am somebody that is very, 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 very lively. So don't get upset when you see me dressed like this. Because from all indication, a lot of people are so mad. When you mention Simon Ekpa, they are very, very, very angry. So, so you see this picture? I love this man. You see this picture? I love this man. That's how we look at you, like this. Oh no, he's a double chief. So me, I'm only one. I will be looking with my one eye. Let me show you again. You see this man? So, some people say that I'm looking for popularity. Before I go into the exposition today, I want to make some comedy. Some people say that I'm looking for popularity. I know I'm not agreeing. So I don't know. I decided to look for popularity this evening, this night. Before I begin this exposition and this teaching, I want to look for popularity. And you know, I want to teach people how to look for popularity. So looking for popularity, I decided to wear this thing I'm wearing now. I decided to wear this one. I want to look for popularity. So, and as it is not enough, I decided to go and borrow our president. Our president. This glass is our president. You see? You see? You didn't see that? Our president glass. I don't know. The one eye is one eye is not anymore. I think he lost it. So I decided to go and borrow this thing from our president, from the house president. And you know, if I'm trying to force myself to force this thing to my face, if it break, I am going to hold those who say I am looking for popularity responsible, because it is because of you I am doing this. It is because of you I am doing this thing now, this popularity stunt I'm trying to pull now. And if it break, I will tell my son that I am trying to make myself popular, because The only way to make yourself popular is to become a comedian. So I want to be comedian this evening. Very big one, oh, and then so that people will share my video everywhere so that I will become more popular. So here we go. This glass belongs to my boy. But do you know why I like the glass? I like this eye. I don't know whether this is sunshade. I don't know how my boy is wearing this kind of thing. You know, I don't know whether this is sunshade or this is or this or this is you know, what is it called again? Is it sunshade? So, and you know one thing I like this thing is that they have this one eye. You see. So the eye is open. The eye is open. Don't laugh me. Don't laugh me, because I know from here now you'll be sharing the video everywhere. So don't laugh me. Don't laugh me. Somebody say pirate. Okay. Because I do not understand what the name Simon Ekpa has done to people that I have not sabotaged this struggle. And I will not talk more than this. So each time some people hear Simon Ekpa in anywhere, both in their forum, both in WhatsApp, both everywhere, their stomach begin to run. You know, they begin to get running stomach. So I have come to give them more running stomach this evening, because I don't know whether if I become popular, the stomach is running. But one thing I have to tell you is this. I am in this struggle. Nobody called me. Nobody invited me. Nobody approached me to convince me. I am man enough. I know what is good for our people and what is not good for our people. And above all, nnamdi Kanu, of which I am very proud to be one of his disciples, has sacrificed a lot to convince me that he was serious and genuine in fighting for Biafra. And that's why I say, as I am joining this struggle for Biafra, if you do not know what to do, I will bring what you can do, what I have. If I don't have it, I will go and borrow it from somewhere and present for the struggle to move forward. That is why I'm here. I'm not here to take position from anybody. I'm not here to drag anything from anybody. I'm not interested. What I'm interested in is that this teaching I am doing to people, I am doing to Biafra people, is it is it working? Is it actually working? It is not. Some people say I am brainwashing people. Like some people from the other side, they say Simon Ekpa is brainwashing. There is nothing like brainwashing here. What I am presenting to you, what I'm presenting to you, figures. It is nothing like propaganda. It's not like lie. It's not like brainwashing here. I am only trying to tell you that joining forces with nnamdi Kanu, to tell you that if you do not rise up to divide Nigeria and destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy you. That's all. Well, that's what we are doing. If we do not rise up to destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will do what? Destroy you. So it is our responsibility to do everything to destroy Nigeria before Nigeria will destroy us and destroy our generation, unborn generation or generation to come. So if you are part of those who, whenever you see Simon Ekpa video, whenever you see Simon Ekpa video on your group or on your WhatsApp forum, you begin to get running stomach. My brother, my sister, don't get running stomach. I am not removing food from your table. I don't know whether I am adding or I'm not adding, but at least I am not removing. I'm not removing food from your table. If it comes to removing food from your table, complain to me. Tell me, Simon Ekpa, you have started removing food from my table, so that I will withdraw the part that remove food from your table, especially if you are with us. So, but if you are not with us, and I begin my activities begin to remove food from your table, my brother, I will intensify it. If you are not with us and this thing I'm doing begin to remove food from your table, I will times it by 5. I will times it by 5. If I notice that as I times it by 5, you are eating one time a day, I will times it by 10 so that you will not eat at all. Because you cannot be my enemy of freedom and you expect me to do something that will make you eat. Never. I will not do it. So I will make sure that I take the food away from your table. So, but if you are with us, just touch me and tell me, Simon Ekpa, this one you are doing is taking food away from my table. I will stop. I will reason with you and I will stop. So, again, I don't know how many of you know this Pope. How many of you? What is he called? Is it Benedict? they call him Benedict. You see. So when you see me doing this, or when you see me doing this, my brother, it is, you see, this life is too short. This life is too short. Don't take it serious. Make you not take life too serious. Okay? Life is too short. If you live 100 years in this life, you think you have lived, enough? No. 100 years is very, 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 very short. Okay, John Paul. Somebody says John Paul. Okay, thank you. So, if you live 100 years, you see, I am getting popular. You see, everybody is liking my glass. I know it. I know it. You see it? You see? Everybody is liking my glass. I am getting popular. That is exactly what I want to do this evening. I want to get popular before we start. So have you shared the video? Somebody say, I'll remove the plate of plantain from his table. No, I don't believe you. Have you shared the video? Have you shared the video? Tell them that Simon Ekpa have turned to comedian this evening, because that is what they want to hear, so that we can get popular. I want to get popular because I can see everybody is admiring my glass. Everybody is liking my glass. Everybody is liking my glass. Thank you very much, Kati, for the super chat. The struggle continues. Free nnamdi Kanu, free Biafra nation for us and our generation. He say, thank you very much. Yes, free nnamdi Kanu is what we are all doing, and we continue to do that. So now, we continue. Please, make una stop laughing. I don't want people to laugh too much, because I will join you to laugh. If you continue to laugh now, I will join you and laugh. And when I laugh, I become more popular. I become more popular. Now, I become more popular. So if you are in the category of people who do not want to see Simon Ekpa name mentioned where you are, my brother, I don't know you are existing. Honestly, I don't know you are existing. My sister, I don't know you are existing. I don't know. I don't know. And I may not know until Biafra come. So my own is that I will continue to do the selfless service I'm doing for Biafra. Everyone have his role to play for this Biafra struggle. And I believe by the grace of God, I am playing my role. My role may not be enough at this point, but I will continue to play the role to the best of my ability and to the best of my knowledge. Yesterday, thank you very much, Stella Okeke, for your super chat. We appreciate you. Mazi Simon, you look good. You see? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Stella Okeke. I know a lot of people are already admiring. You see it? You see it? I said, I know what to do and I will be popular. I know what to do and I will be popular. I just know what to do. And it is happening already. I say, I'm going to get you people this night. All those people that are not paying attention to me. All those people that whenever they see me, whenever they see my video, whenever somebody share my video to their WhatsApp group, they get angry. They will see this one, they will like it. You see? If this one no work, if this particular evening stunt no work, I will pull another stunt tomorrow. I will be pulling the stunt until you like me by force. You are going to like me. You know, I like all these, you know, our Igbo pastors. Iga like Iga like you know, when they are saying this thing, I watch Odumeje and what is the name of the other one? What is the name of the Jesus or something like that? Iga like I like them, you know. Igbo languages, oh my God. Igbo language is the best. Igbo language is the best. You know, Iga like Kanye, that is how it is. So please, for those who don't understand, just listen to what I'm doing and forget my eyeglass and forget my appearance and all that. Rosalind Ogro, thank you very much for your super chat, for supporting the page. We appreciate you. All right. Nnaji say, Nnaji Kog, laws, I don't understand again. Oh. Nnaji, I believe you are a male. Well, what is happening is that I borrowed my son eyeglass because I believe I am not popular, so I want to make comedy so that I will become popular before the program starts. So you know, by doing this, I'm going to pull a lot of people. So I want to start being popular. I've been watching Nigeria comedy, and they are very popular. You know, they are very, very popular. So some of them have 20, 30 million people. So I want to be more popular than them. I want to join comedy too. So I've started learning, you know, rehearsing how to make a comedy. So I believe that I'm very talented in it too. Believe me, if I go into comedy, I will chase everybody out. All right, but I beg Shaggy and Co, don't worry, I'm not coming to comedy, okay? All right, so we are going to start. Yesterday, I broke the news of what IPOB have done to make sure that we make Nigeria government to stop breeding. And this today, I have come to analyze the video of Bruce Fein. Bruce Fein is the attorney of indigenous people of Biafra in the United States. And so what we are doing to make sure that the fighter jet or jet fighter or the Tukuno aircraft that has been delivered to the Nigeria government is returned is what I'm about to explain to you this evening. Also, I'm going to explain to you what is Leahy Amendment, the Leahy Amendment of the United States of America, and what you should know from explanation of Bruce Fein. And here we go. So welcome to this program. You are watching live and direct. You are watching live and direct on Enter Biafra Channel 1. You are watching live and direct on YouTube. You're watching live and direct on other social media platforms. Flora Akubule, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate you for supporting our page. Thank you very much for your super chat. So we are saying that now we are starting, and I want to first of all explain to you what is Leahy Amendment. One moment. The background of what we're going to do this evening, the Leahy Amendment. Leahy Amendment. For those of you who may not understand what the Leahy Amendment is, the information is publicly available, and this is of course, this is not like but we can go with this. The Leahy Law or Leahy Amendment are U.S. human rights laws that prohibit the United States Department of State and Department of Defense from providing military assistance to foreign security force units that violate human rights with impunity. I don't know, I don't need to explain to you or try to convince you whether Nigeria actually violates human rights with impunity or not. Of course, you are the one to, I don't need to convince you on that. Now, it is named after its principal sponsor, Senator Patrick Leahy. You see? So having now explained to you in a very brief what is the Leahy Amendment or what Leahy Amendment mean, you can now understand when we begin this particular. You will now understand when we begin this particular exposition this evening. So now let me take you all the way to Canada. All the way to Canada and Germany, I think. A moment. I want you to pay attention very much, pay attention very well, and you will understand. The person you are about to watch now is the Council to the Indigenous People of Biafra in the United States. One of the council.
I think it's been, today is a very timely time, and this period is a very timely period to be having this program, and our special guest is none other than Bruce Fein. Bruce Fein is an attorney in the United States of America, and is someone that a lot of you already know very well, but just in case you do not know, he's an attorney representing the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to be discussing with him a very important document that is now gone viral, which is an injunction he has filed against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With me today on this media chat is Mazi Ezoke of Njenje Media. He will be helping us do justice to this discussion. It's always, these are kind of discussions that I'm not able to do alone. So you go and bring some people that they are shaped, you know, I call them coconut head, not because they're coconut head, but because their head is shaped like I'm going to try as much as possible to be very serious today, but there's so much in that man's head that when it comes to serious matters like this, the kind of person I go to. Bruce Fein, you're welcome to this media chat.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Mazi is okay. You are please very welcome to this media chat. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much, Chidi, and thank you very much, Bruce Fein. I believe we will have a very well-informed conversations to unpick the nitty-gritties as contained in that document. So, Chidi, you might go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, Bruce Fein, I wouldn't want to mess things up. I want you to do us the honors of explaining to us this document, which is now in the media space. What is it all about?
The origins of the case go back to 2017 when President Donald Trump approved the sale of 12 A-29 Super Tucano military aircraft to Nigeria for $600 million, despite the fact that we have had longstanding amendments to the Foreign Assistance Act, they're called the Leahy Amendments, that prohibit the transfer of weapons to any foreign security service guilty of egregious human rights violations. It is quite obvious, based upon President Buhari's statements insinuating he's involved in conducting a second edition of the 67-70 genocide of Biafrans, that these weapons will not be used against international terrorists. They'll be used to continue the genocide against Biafrans in the Southeast. And the case that we have brought is against those in the executive branch of the United States responsible for the delivery of the A-29 military aircraft. And 6 of them have been delivered. 6 have not been delivered. We believe that at least we have a chance, even by highlighting the apparent conflict between the weapons and the Leahy amendments, that the Biden administration, which has professed a commitment to human rights, unlike President Trump administration, may well seek the return of the Super Tucanos and cease delivery of the remaining 6. There's also, I think, a great deal of sympathy with the Democratic-controlled Congress about stopping any weapons sales to Nigeria. These considerations were not available when the weapons sales were initially approved in 2017, because President Trump was scornful of human rights, and the Republican Congress was not going to challenge anything that President Trump did. And of course, in 2017, Congress was controlled by Republicans, not Democrats. So the gist of our lawsuit is that the delivery and the sale of the Super Tucanos was in violation of the law. The Leahy amendments would prohibit these weapons transfers to foreign security services guilty of egregious violations of human rights. And we believe it's transparent. The human rights are compiled every day on the ground with videos and otherwise documented by independent human rights groups like Amnesty International. And therefore, we're asking an injunction against any further delivery of the 6 remaining Super Tucanos Nigeria, and a return of the 6 that have been delivered back to the United States. The lawsuit, however, is not filed in isolation. We have a larger, I think, plans with IPOB to try to move the political barometer towards an independence referendum in the Southeast, similar to one that was offered South Sudan in 2011, because historically, legally, and otherwise, it's obvious that the Fulani-controlled government cannot tolerate, a free and thriving Biafran community. And we think that under international law, such a referendum is clearly justified, and the lawsuit is a part of the quest to shine light on that imperative.
All right, thank you. I know there's a lot of explaining that you have to do to make us understand the implications of that junction. But Mazi Ezeoke, I know you are someone who sees behind the letters and who takes time to try to dissect information. From your point of view, what do you think about this document and this injunction coming at a time like this, in based on what is going on in Nigeria?
Well, I think the document in part is...
Sorry, Bruce. I was actually directing the question to Mazi Ezeoke, and in answering the question, I'm sure he would have something to direct at you. So Mazi Ezeoke, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Chidi. I think, reviewing the document, looking at the document under review, and I can see that the issue in contention now are 2 things. I mean, this is as Bruce has said at the beginning, a case against the Secretary of State, Tony Blinken, and, Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. And it's centered on the A-29 Super Tucano jet that's been sold to Nigeria under President Donald Trump. But again, before I go any further, or even push my question back to Bruce here, I must note that going through this document and seeing that 6 jet has already been delivered, and just opposing the support IPOB, quote unquote, gave the former president of America, then my question to Bruce will be, we know about the Senator Leahy, law or act as amended. We obviously know the content that for nations or countries that use these military hardwares acquired from foreign countries to oppress their people, that they should not be sold to them. Now, could you tell us at the point where these discussions happened under President Donald Trump and these agreement was reached, was it that IPOB at that point did not reach you as their legal counsel in order to obviously advise to say, at that point, it's better for this deal not to go into negotiations at all? Isn't it better, wouldn't it have been better to, at that point, stop the sale as opposed to going to court to recall seats already delivered and stopping the delivery of seats about to be delivered?
I wouldn't quarrel with your observation. I don't want to fault find IPOB. They have many, many things, to address. When you're the subject of genocide, your concentration can be divided. I simply was not contacted at that time. A lawyer doesn't create his clients come to lawyers. So that's just a description of what in fact transpired. But I'm not inclined to fault find others. I don't know what the circumstances were. But ideally, yeah, a lawsuit would have been filed within days after the sale was approved. It's obviously more difficult to undo something than to prevent it from happening in the first instance. But I think serendipitously.
Now, I will now jump in here. This is where I want to come in. First of all, this is not just, I respect Bruce Fein. Bruce Fein have to respond very civil, but this was a very uncalled for question. I don't understand the question from our brother there. When this deal of Super Tucano aircraft was reached, we have not witnessed air bombardment in Biafra land. That is number one. So IPOB don't have any reason to contact anybody to stop a purchase of Super Tucano. So I don't know where the question is coming from. The reason why we are talking about Super Tucano now is because we have seen where Hope Uzodinma ordered military to come and bombard Biafra land. So in 2017, the deal was reached in 2017. In 2017, our leader was still there. Our leader was still there in the hand of Nigeria government. That was when the deal was reached. So nobody, I don't understand why this guy is asking this kind of question. That IPOB supported Trump heavily, trying to look for fault. I don't want to go into deep because it will not be good, But the question here, or the issue here, addressing that particular question, first of all, that question holds no water. It's a very stupid and useless question. Because when Trump was in power in 2017, when this deal was reached, at the end of the day, Trump also found out that Nigeria violated human rights. So Trump, actually, the Trump administration delayed the delivery of this aircraft. They say it was going to be in 2021. Trump administration delayed the delivery of this Super Tucano aircraft. It was when Joe Biden came in and they start to facilitate the delivery. You understand? So Trump reached agreement with them, yes. And at the end of the day, it was the same Trump administration that delayed and even threatened the Nigerian government that they will not go ahead with the delivery of the Super Tucano. And at that time, IPOB has not been attacked. At that time, Biafra land has never ever been bombarded after the war. You see, Biafra has never witnessed air bombardment since after the war until now in 2021. So why would this guy go to ask this kind of question, trying to throw the lawyer off balance? Why IPOB did not contact you? IPOB supported Trump, and Trump, and Trump went and have this deal with Nigeria. And this is not really good. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this kind of thing. And this guy should caution himself for that. I don't like this kind of thing because the question here is a very stupid and very, very senseless question. And I hope I have made this case very clear. I have explained it very clear because Bruce Fein did not expect this kind of question to come because the question shouldn't have come in the first place. In 2017, the deal was reached. IPOB nobody bombed IPOB. Nobody came to Biafra land to bomb to do bombardment. So it is now that Nigerian government decided to bring aircraft to bomb Biafra that we decided to say, oh, if we allow them to bring more aircraft, they are going to be using it. They are going to be using it to bombard us. So how come this person is asking this kind of question that IPOB supported Trump? So Trump was the one who sold this aircraft to them and trying to paint the whole thing as if people don't have brain here. This is very, 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 very bad. Very, very bad. But I think I have explained it. And if you come across anybody, in fact, let him go and do a rejoinder of that question. Because this is anti-Biafra question. Anti-Biafra question and anti-IPOB question. Not just anti-IPOB question, it's anti-Biafra question. Because he want to make us look like fools that we supported Trump. But meanwhile, Trump sold the aircraft to Nigeria. That is the corny question there. He want to make you look like a fool that he supported Trump. And that Trump he supported now is the one now that went to and sold the aircraft to Nigeria government. And he knows, and if he don't know the truth, or he don't know, I have addressed his question. I am addressing his question now. The answer to the question is that, first of all, the aircraft was ordered in 2017, like this man said. During that time, we don't have any problem with Nigeria that will bring an aircraft to Biafra land. So why would we oppose it? Why should we oppose it? We did not oppose the aircraft because we did not see this 2021 coming. And Trump, who facilitated the agreement, also did not want to release the aircraft to Nigerian government until Biden coming. So now that we have seen that they use this aircraft against our people, at least other one, not this particular Tokuno. So we are now assuming that if delivered to them, they are going to use it against Biafrans. Because the evidence of them using aircraft to bombard Biafra land is there. That is the answer to that question. Now let us move forward.
In some sense, the belated filing is a little bit to our advantage. First of all, it's open and notorious that President Trump was very, very hostile to human rights, and he wouldn't care whether or not the weapons were utilized to commit genocide. He used very derogatory and indeed vile language at one point to describe Nigerian immigrants, you may recall. Moreover, in 2017, the Republicans were the dominant force in Congress, and they were reluctant to do anything that was opposed to President Trump. Now we have a Congress controlled by the Democrats, and they also are considering obstructing companion kinds of weapons, not necessarily the Super Tucanos, because of concerns over human rights. You may recall during the Obama administration.
And then also there is something I want to bring here. When you look at the way Bruce Fein is responding to addressing this particular question, you find out that he is not Republican. He's not Republican. So what this question also is trying to do is to incite, to in a way tell Bruce that this IPOB self, they did not support this Democrat. Because for Bruce Fein to have been making references to how Trump addressed Nigeria in those days, the derogatory word he used to address Nigeria like shithole country, Bruce Fein is making reference to that. Bruce Fein is also making reference to the fact that Trump doesn't care about human rights. You see? So the question here is not actually for anything. It was to see how he will now tell this Bruce Fein that their client self, did not support his person, which is Biden. Because from the explanation of Bruce, you understand that he is Democrat. But let me tell you, our own is that our own knows no bound. We don't have boundary. We don't have boundary. It is if you become a president, we work with you. If you become an American president, we work with you. We don't work with party. Party is it. Party is a secondary thing. So if as a Joe Biden now is the president of America, we are going to approach him. You know, yeah, if we want favor from him, we approach him, we take him, we regard him as a leader of the world. And there is nothing anybody can do about that. So the question here is not only just to ridicule the IPOB. It's not just to, the question is to ridicule IPOB. That IPOB heavily supported Trump. I did not expect this kind of question from this guy. It is really annoying. Very, very annoying. And that to the extent that Bruce have to now go into detail to start explaining how Trump used to address Nigeria, calling Nigeria derogatory name and all that. And even went further to say that Trump did not care about human rights. But it was the Trump administration that listed Nigeria, that blacklisted Nigeria for human rights abuse. It is the same Trump administration that recognized the persecution against Christians. It is the same Trump administration that initiated the persecution against a Christian in Nigeria and other parts of the world. So why would this man now try to incite somebody to say that Trump, to begin to explain Trump in a different, that is not to say that Trump is good completely. But Trump did something. Trump recognized the fact that Nigerians are being murdered, Christians are being killed in Nigeria. I'm disappointed.
That there were a holdup of some Cobra helicopters because of concerns over human rights by security services that would use them. So politically, the timing is probably more to our advantage, but legally in a court of law that doesn't look at the politics, yeah, it's more difficult to undo the transfer than to have it not occur in the first instance. But I want to repeat, I'm not here to fault find IPOB.
You see,
thank you very much.
I am not here to fault find IPOB, because that is what this our brother was looking for. You know, he was looking for how Bruce Fein will find fault in IPOB for supporting Donald Trump. He want to remind him that IPOB supported Donald Trump heavily, and Donald Trump went ahead to sell this thing to Nigeria as if the deal was yesterday. But like Bruce Fein, you know, stated that he is not here to find fault. So anybody that is bringing in JJ Media to anything we are doing should think twice and make sure that he follow, his question should be in line with the interest of IPOB and Biafrans. You can, of course, if you want to, anybody that is bringing him to anything we are doing, especially on this kind of matter, must make sure that he do not ask irrelevant question, especially question that will go against us. It is not done. You are either with us or against us.
Just before we go ahead, I want to recognize the presence in our midst of Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore is a resident of US and a citizen of Nigeria who has had run-ins with the federal government of Nigeria. He's been a victim like your client and knows firsthand what kind of institution is the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we're pleased to have him in our midst. Mr. Omoyele Sowore, you're welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Chidi, for bringing me on. I also want to thank our other guests and panelists. I'm sorry that I came in a little late. There's always something happening in Nigeria every minute. So I got pulled away to another issue, which is also a human rights issue, because I was, you're aware we have some people who are in detention because they put on Buhari's t-shirts. So, Dr. Chidi, pardon that I may not be able to turn on my camera. I'm laying down because I have stomach flu. So, but it's good to be here, and just take it away as usual, and we'll talk about what we know from this end, what is going on, and why we think the lawsuit that has been filed by Bruce Fein is very timely and important, because I think we have to understand that Nigeria is going through full-blown tyranny at this point. When you have rogue regimes who go out of their ways to abduct citizens, kidnap people from outside the law, outside international law, everything must be done to stop them before they start carrying out full-blown genocide. So they're doing them already. Some small, they're carrying out massacres now here and there, but ultimately they want to go in that direction, I think. So what Bruce Fein has done, I read part of it, right? Is most welcome. I mean, what IPOB has done in filing this suit. I'm not a lawyer to determine whether it would survive or succeed or not, but the fact that it's out there is very, very important.
Thank you very much, Moelle Shore. Bruce Fein, I'm going to ask you a question like the layman on the streets of Nigeria. And I want you to give some confidence to the man on the street in Nigeria who sees the government of Nigeria consistently and persistently over time flout court orders and just go ahead and do whatever they like, ignoring international laws and statutes. What confidence do they have that the American government is able to carry out, assuming this case succeeds, that the American government is able to compel the Nigerian government to abide by whatever the laws in America ask it to do?
Well, I think that the respect that is commanded by United States, federal courts is greater internationally, certainly than in Nigeria's compromised judicial system. And the price that the government would pay in Nigeria for flouting a U.S. court order is a different order of magnitude than disobeying, their own laws. I would add as well that Nigeria has to recognize that the United Nations Security Council, under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter, could conclude that the flouting of law and the genocide in the Southeast is so horrendous that it creates a danger to international peace and security. Those are the magic words that authorize the Security Council to use military force to intervene to rectify the situation. And I've suggested that it could be that the Security Council, when presented with proper evidence, could mandate a referendum for sovereignty for Biafra because of the threat to international peace and security that is created by President Buhari's current campaign of genocide and flouting every law that would arrest his ability to rule by decree and implement, the Fulani Sharia standards that already are present in 12 of Nigeria's states.
Are you all listening to that? Are you all listening to that? What Bruce Fein is trying to tell you or is telling you is that by the time this is presented to the UN General Assembly or Security Council, with the evidences, there is, of course, it will result to the UN intervention, just like in South Sudan, and that will prompt the referendum for Biafra. So we are turning every stone. You know, this, what is explaining to you here is just for you to understand what is going to happen, what the IPOB is doing. And of course, this is just one part. So, and like I said, we'll be bringing update to you, because what we have not done in the past is to bring you update. So this update now we have decided to be bringing to you the update. Now let us continue.
So Nigeria has to be concerned about the ramifications. It's not able, I do not believe, to thrive with the subject of complete international isolation, being treated as a pariah country similar to South Africa when it was operating under apartheid. There are remedies, as it happened with South Africa, that could result in the expulsion of Nigeria from the United Nations for not subscribing to United Nations treaties like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Now, I don't want to be overly, Pollyannish and thinking that we can snap our fingers and Nigeria will become a government that complies with the laws. But we have to do our best, and certainly experience teaches that it is possible to convince governments that they better turn square corners if they don't want to avoid complete international ostracism. And I say one example is South Africa, which led to the transition away from apartheid into Nelson Mandela's release.
Okay. So actually, I take the next question, because in his comments just now, he mentioned about mandating referendum. He mentioned about that. Then I have two questions for you, Fein here. One is, you talked about mandating referendum, and I would want to know, is referendum part of the mandate from your clients to demand via these courts, via this suit? And if yes, second question thereof will be, is United States of America able to intervene in another jurisdiction in a different continent to affect any push for referendum?
It's a wonderful question. The lawsuit itself kind of sets the stage for a referendum, but it doesn't ask for one, because a referendum is not the remedy for illegally selling and transmitting super tucanos to Nigeria. But the intellectual foundations are set by the lawsuit. The referendum can be authorized by the United Nations Security Council. The United States itself was instrumental in securing a referendum for South Sudan in 2011, which basically established a separate sovereignty from Sudan. And that was a referendum that was organized and conducted by the United Nations Electoral Unit. So there is precedent on that score.
Are you people hearing it? Are you people listening? Because when we are explaining it, they say we are miscreant. When we come here, we sit here, we explain the role of the United States. They say, how can the United States come and give you a referendum? We sit here, they say, you don't, are you listening? If you don't listen to me, you listen to him. He is a Harvard, a respected lawyer in the United States. You see that? He have just told you that a precedent has been set. America involvement in mandating or involvement in influencing the United Nations Security Council to conduct referendum in South Sudan. And that is a precedent that already been set. He went further to explain that this lawsuit now is not directly asking for referendum, but it is going to be an instrument for demanding a referendum. Are you people? Intellectual instrument too. Are you hearing it? Now let us continue.
The United States would not be acting unilaterally, but under, say, the United Nations Charter, and Nigeria is a member of that charter, Chapter 7 would authorize a referendum of the type that I've described. And it has happened in the past. And also think about this, it's not at all an anomaly. Even in countries that don't necessarily suffer from the same kind of strife and upheaval that we're witnessing in Nigeria, Britain offered Scotland an opportunity to vote independence. Canada offered Quebec an opportunity to vote for independence. So this is the customary way in which the groups that seem to be disfranchised or alienated from an existing sovereignty are able to choose a different course. When Nigeria became independent in 1960, it never followed the decolonization principle of the United Nations General Assembly, which to give the peoples involved in decolonization a right of self-determination.
Are you even hearing it? Are you even hearing it? When Nigeria got independence in 1960, it did not follow the process of the decolonization. Are you even hearing that? But when we talk, you say, hey, bring your roadmap. When we talk, when IPOB, nnamdi, bring your roadmap. When nnamdi, bring your roadmap. What is your roadmap? We told you we don't have roadmap. You say, what is your map? What is your map of Biafra? We told you we don't have map. Our map is the map of Biafra in 1960. When you say, where is your map? We told you, where is the map of Nigeria in 1914? Are you listening? Even if you like, after this headway, go and continue to wallow in poverty and ignorant, you will wake up one day in Biafra land. Thank you, Oliseka Gary, for your super chat. We appreciate you.
Who are the peoples involved? Well, it's clearly going back to 1913 with the British amalgamation. You had separate peoples who had been forced under one umbrella. And it's a little bit of an oversimplification. You had the Fulani, the Yoruba, the Biafrans, all forced out of the divide and conquer theory of the British under one sovereignty for the convenience of the colonial ruler. But they never, ever were given a chance in 1960 to say, do I really want to continue under this British forced umbrella, as opposed to deciding to go their separate way in a peaceful transition. And that is exactly what we're trying to remedy now, where it's been shown beyond any kind of doubt that the Fulani's livelihood is plunder, killing, and maiming Biafrans. It's unfortunate, but we can't blind our eyes to what all the world and all experience teach. And that's the kind of historical evidence that justifies a referendum for separate sovereignty. It would be best for all involved if this could happen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Omoyele Sowore, would you want to comment on this flouting of court orders by the Nigerian government? And you have an experience with this. It happened to you a couple of times. Could you just give us an insight into how the Nigerian government has perpetrated this a lot of times? You just told us that you came from, you've been monitoring the situations at the court where I'm sure there was a court order and it was flouted before. And just give us a little bit of insight before we continue.
So, well, the Nigerian state is a paradise for men and women in office, either elected, selected, or appointed, who engage in impunity. But the Buhari regime is been single-handedly probably been the worst in recent times. What it turns out is that this has been his modus operandi. In 1984 and 1985, there was between, he got into power in 1983, I think around December. So but his real tenure was between 1984 and 85, and he was kicked out of power in a coup in 1985, August specifically, it was in August 1985. And then he was using the Nigerian Security Organization, known as the NXO, to carry out the same things, you know, and enforce disappearances, illegal arrests, you know, and disregard for lawful orders of courts. And that's exactly what they're doing today. They did it to me. I was granted bail twice. I was released, and on one occasion they came to court and abducted. We have several of these cases of just disregard for lawful court orders. Sadly, also the judges are not strong enough to stand by their orders because they're afraid. And most also, I think also importantly, most of them are engaged in corruption, so their hands are not clean. So they use all these things on the ground to put pressure on them. So with regards to whether they will respect a judgment obtained in the US, I guarantee you they will. If it's something that would affect the fortune of, say, buying weapons from the US, they really need weapons from the US. And if it's a decision by a US district court against it, they'll have no option than to respect it. And the US district court, if it takes a position on the Nigerian state and to rogue elements within the state, it could extend sanctions against them. So they know all these things, and this is the reason why I think this is in the right direction. I'm more on the side of direct action regarding these criminals. I think we should come out en masse and put boots on the ground and end this culture and era of impunity. But I also think we cannot rely on just one method and one strategy, you know, and one idea how to go about it. So it's important in that regard that we just understand the kind of people we're dealing with. I would imagine that you guys are already aware that even when a judge gave an order last week that nnamdi kanu should be allowed access to his counsels twice a week, immediately they started flouting the order. They didn't allow them to see him last week. I've not checked with them to see if they were able to see him today. But that's the way it is in Nigeria right now. With regards to the discussion around referendum, I think if things escalate over here, the United Nations will be forced to tell us, or will be forced to declare a position on what they think will solve the problem. Because the last thing the world needs right now is an armed conflict in Nigeria that will completely overwhelm the entire African continent, particularly the West African region. And that might help push the UN in the direction of intervening in a way that say, hey, wait a minute, we understand the issues, and since you don't have leaders that can solve the problem, permit people to decide whether they want to be part of this, your country or not. The question is, can you also trust these foreign powers to organize a free and fair referendum in Nigeria? That's the question that we have to answer or discuss, in another symposium in the future. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, man. Go on.
Thank you very much. Chidi, again, permit me here. Thank you very much, Solre, for that insight. And if I come back to, I want to stay with these documents that I think is a 12-page document that's under review, that I've gone through and I've read, and I'm just thinking, Bruce here, again, thank you for the insight given so far. May I ask you this question, which is, you are aware the role played by the current American president, Joe Biden, regarding the condemnation and working against British interests as it concerned the South African apartheid regime. Now, coincidentally, in this time as it concerns Nigeria, you've made a reference, kind of a comparative analysis before to it. My question to you now will be, knowing the antecedents of Joe Biden in the past, do you think that Joe Biden might play the same role he played then as a senator, but now sitting as a president, to see that that manner of structure that existed in South Africa that appears to be somewhat in some, in some quarters, as some people may argue, do you think he might play a role in, in seeing that that is stopped?
Well, certainly it would be consistent with President Biden's overall philosophy towards human rights. Remember, in South Africa, we had what was called the South Africa Comprehensive Anti-Apartheid Act of 1986. And as part of the strategy to dismantle apartheid, the United States imposed very, very strict sanctions on South Africa that very much crippled its economy. And for a variety of reasons, ultimately it succeeded. And I do think that President Biden, when confronted with the horrors in Nigeria, could well sponsor similar kind of legislation that would target Nigeria until and unless it had either held referendums or certainly rewritten its constitution to provide the Biafrans with the kind of autonomy necessary to protect themselves. At present, they are virtually politically helpless to prevent the kind of genocide and daily humiliations, assault, and injuries that are inflicted by the Fulani-controlled government. And it's especially, I think, favorable on that score that it is very clear, I believe, that Nigeria now has become a haven for international terrorism, bleeding through Boko Haram and otherwise into countries like Cameroon, Mali, Niger, which is, of course, a very high priority of not only this administration, but others as well. So it's certainly a possibility, and I should be concerned to President Buhari. The United States, with President Biden, is not indifferent to human rights. We've got a different commander-in-chief than President Trump, who could have cared less about human rights. Indeed, even when we had our Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi assassinated by the Saudi Arabian crown prince, said, well, we make money selling weapons, so that's not going to stop. But that's not the regime we have with President Biden.
So basically, it means that the Nigerian president must have issues and concerns to worry regarding issues surrounding human rights abuses, as long as Joe Biden remains the president of America.
That is correct, and that's reinforced by the fact that we have a Democrat-controlled Congress, and the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Robert Menendez, has clearly indicated human rights is of major concern to him. And that's why, as we're speaking, there are a host of other, what I might companion weapons deals that Congress is now holding up because of concerns over human rights violations in Nigeria. I say under President Obama, and remember, Joe Biden was President Obama's vice president. We refused to sell Cobra helicopters to Nigeria because of human rights concerns. And that was when Vice President Biden was instrumental in the inner circle in providing advice to President Obama.
Yeah, but if we go back to during Obama's time, the former the governing party then in Nigeria called the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, actually accused the opposition then, that is the party of President Muhammadu Buhari, as being the brain behind the non-sale of arms to Nigeria to fight then Boko Haram and other insurgent groups then. So do you think it had anything at that point to do, do you think it had more to do with the political parties and the oppositions coming to America to influence that decision? Or do you think under Obama's presidency, it was more and categorically to do with human rights abuses?
Well, I think it related to human rights abuses, to be candid, that have been, unfortunately, almost epidemic for many years. It rises and falls, but I think it's reached a new plateau with President Buhari, who had given kind of a dress rehearsal for what he was going to do when he was a military dictator in 1983 and 1985. A leopard doesn't change its spots. But I do think in 2016, the administration felt that these kinds of weapons, oftentimes that are hijacked to oppose or to be used against political opponents rather than international terrorists. So all I think 2016 shows is that the United States has indicated a willingness to say we're not selling.
Somebody can deny 121. You said, oh my God, why he keep asking questions about the past? Well, the reason why he keep asking questions about the past is that he actually have come to this program to look for answers from Bruce to exonerate APC, especially to exonerate them in a way that people are accusing them that they went to America to influence the arm embargo placed on Goodluck Jonathan. So what Njenje is doing here is driving the interest of APC Buhari government. So that I don't know whether he's expecting what is the, in fact, what this question now, if he get the answer, what is he going to use it to do? So he is expecting Bruce Fein to tell him that yes, the decision to place arm embargo on Nigeria then was politically motivated. Is that the kind of, is that the brain that is running in this guy? I don't know this guy to be like this. So he's asking this question to Bruce, for Bruce to now answer him that yes, it was actually politically motivated. When we saw APC government flooding America, they went and used lobby firm to lobby Obama administration to place an embargo on Jonathan, thereby allowing Boko Haram to sweep entire north. Now he is asking the question: is it because of human rights abuse, or is it because some people are accusing APC? Can you imagine this? So people are accusing. So he wants Bruce to tell him that yes, it was politically motivated. What a nonsense. What a nonsense. This is what we are facing now. I don't know what he's trying to establish. Whether he's trying to establish that Joe Biden did not sell plane to Nigeria at that time because of the human rights abuse of Goodluck Jonathan. So he want Bruce Fein to tell him that it has nothing to do with politics and it was not politically motivated. We are talking about IPOB 2021. Hope Uzodinma ordered military aircraft to go to Imo State and bombard people. And there is a new development. The new development is that this aircraft were delivered this year, 2021. And we don't want the remaining one to be delivered. On top of that, we are demanding the return of the one already delivered. That is the point here. So every question should center at on this particular issue that we're discussing, the killing in Biafra land.
weapons to countries that are unable to keep the weapons out of the hands of those who are oppressing Biafrans and other in Nigeria.
I have a question. I want you to help us here and be clear on that. A lot of times, there's been a boast that the American government is really not concerned about the issues in Biafra, okay? But I hear you say that the government of America has actually, or is deliberating, or maybe you should make it clearer, that they have stopped some arms deals that were already in progress. Would you want to clarify on that?
Yes, there are a lot of other, weapons sales of ammunition, and I think some of the Nigerian press has reported on this, that have been put in abeyance, if you will, because concerns that have been voiced by various members of Congress, and say that's even though it wasn't successful, that was used by Congress to try to block the sales of weapons to Saudi Arabia. So there definitely is a constituency in Congress that takes the Leahy Amendment seriously. After all, Senator Leahy himself is chairman of a very important committee, the Senate Appropriations Committee, and Congress feels especially solicitous of statutes named after one of its prominent members to ensure that it's properly enforced. And the language is quite clear. If you have security units engaged in egregious violations of human rights, they can't get U.S. weapons. And anybody who has the least familiarity of the ongoing convulsions and strife in Nigeria knows of the human rights violations. They're daily, and you can see them in video. It's not complicated on that score, even though it's rather grisly to look at. And I do think that in the United States, we do have a human rights constituency. It's not the only one. There are other elements that come into play. But to be candid, Nigeria is not a country that basically advances our larger United States global interests, if you will, on national security matters. Mr. Buhari, if you want to say it, insofar as the United States has become at least suspect at majority Muslim countries after 9/11. He's taken Nigeria into the Organization of Islamic Countries. He clearly tolerates, if not supports, the 12 states with Sharia law, which is not friendly to the United States. He may well be aligned with Boko Haram, since all these ransom payments and kidnappings and then releases, seem very odd. At the time he was arresting and kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, he's releasing over 1,000 former so-called Boko Haram members who suddenly had miraculously redeemed themselves with recanting Boko Haram murderous ambitions, and released them all without any court order. So all of these kind of elements come into play, I think, to suggest that the current regime of Mr. Buhari is not one that's friendly.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He said that one of the things is that I want you to pay attention to this critical point here. One of the critical points here is that they are releasing Boko Haram without court order. I didn't hear that. They are releasing Boko Haram members without court order because they don't take them to court. So they arrest them, they abduct them, they release them without court order. This is a very vital point, very, very important point, that they are releasing, as they are abducting nnamdi Kanu, they are releasing Boko Haram without court order. Like, court did not give order to release them. So there is no court. They don't take Boko Haram to court. So I want you people to pay attention to this. This is a very big point.
Friendly towards the interest of the United States, not only in Africa, but globally as well.
You see sorry, Moses, okay. The concern that the average Nigerian has, and Omolesho already talked about this too when he was talking about how far we can trust foreign countries. We did have a very, very important protest a couple of months ago, the NSAS protest, which involved the largest population bracket, which is the youth in Nigeria. And a lot of killing came out of that protest. And you also confirmed here right now about the awareness of the United States of the atrocities that are committed in Nigeria, which is all over the internet. But it seems like, I don't want to say that the United States pays a lip service to these things, because people seem to wonder how many people need to die, how many of this mayhem, what's the extent to which it has to get before we see a decisive action from the United States government.
Well, I mean, I understand the United States is not a saint. Countries have interest, realpolitik, oftentimes trumps human rights. But remember, even in South Africa, Nelson Mandela was not released overnight. It was a long struggle. And it's very, very tragic that people die or are maimed in the interim. But, international action doesn't happen overnight. Say, South Sudan had a referendum in 2011, but in the interim, there are a lot of people who died and they didn't come back to life with the referendum. So that's all I can say. For those who are confronting, the danger and the possibility of death every day, I understand it's of little solace. But I'm just describing reality out there. This is not a problem that's unique to Biafrans. We're confronting now other peoples around the globe, Uyghurs in China, the Rohingya in Myanmar, the minorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo, many other people, unfortunately, confronting similar kinds of crises as Biafrans. We need to focus as fast as we can to move as quickly as we can. Sometimes it's kind of freakish things that happen and give life to a particular political momentum. A particularly graphic video. You may recall years ago during the Vietnam War, we had this picture of a young naked girl running down the streets of Saigon with napalm burning her hair. And that kind of brought the war to a close far faster than otherwise. Things like that do have an impact, but part of the approach and the reason for the lawsuit is the more that we can get people to understand and focus on this problem, because it's oftentimes buried in the minds of many who know nothing about what's happening in Nigeria, the more likely we'll get the consensus and the ostracism needed to bring this tragedy to an end and finally culminate in an independent Biafran country, so we don't go back another 30 years and we have another reenactment of the genocide, just like we're doing now following the 67-70 war.
So would you say that the actions of the people who are in the country and who are experiencing these atrocities, their actions would help to speedy the reaction of other nations to what is going on in the country? Like, I acknowledge the importance of this legal strategy, but would you agree that the actions of the people within the country would help to speeding the effect of the legal action?
Yes, there's no doubt that it would. On the other hand, I'm very, very cognizant of the fact that the brutality of the Buhari administration means someone who stands up and makes a protest and calls attention to the atrocities risks being exterminated. We know what the ability and the inclination of the Buhari administration is to retaliate. I mean, Nnamdi Kanu is a perfect example. They go to his home in 2017, try to murder him, take guns and kill many of those present at his premises. And his maltreatment today, they may try to kill him through the withholding of medical care that's urgently needed. So it takes brave people, but that's to be commended. I remember perhaps one of the bravest things I ever saw was Tank Man. Remember during China and Tiananmen Square, Man just laid down and said, "The tank, you go ahead and run over me." It wouldn't do it. They knew what would have the international reaction. So yes, to the extent that the Biafrans can stand and make it clear, they are not accepting this because the administration of Buhari wants everyone to be silent, so no one hears, see no evil, do no evil. It just doesn't make any ripple effect. But the fact that you're standing up and protesting despite the risk does focus international attention on it and will accelerate the ability to bring this tragedy and the genocide to a close ASAP.
That is okay.
Okay, thank you very much, for the answers provided so far. And, sitting down, listening to, obviously, you are not in a position of authority to have taken some certain decisions, but when we talk about America as a country and its government, you mentioned about Obama before, then I'm sitting down here thinking, if American government, with all their arsenals in terms of intelligence gathering and saying these things that is coming from the governments today, then one would then want to question the support this same American government under Barack Obama that did not sell arms to Nigeria at that point, who apparently knew what was also probably was in the offing. Then I question how come, that administration gave so much support to the realization and to the point that this current administration came to power.
Oh my God. I can't stand this anymore. I can't stand this. I can't stand this. We have to stop. I can't stand this anymore. All right. The most important thing is that you have actually listened to the man himself, Bruce Fein. Bruce Fein have explained what is the Leahy amendment and what it is going to do to Nigeria and the way forward. So thank you for watching. We have spent about 1.5 hours, and so I'm going to open a few minutes for conversation. But please, I don't want you to come here and start talking about Njenje Media. No. If you talk Njenje Media, I will press button and you are out. So do not come here and start talking Njenje Media, please. Let us focus on what we are discussing, and that's it. All right. I hope you remember what I say. Nobody should come here and talk about Njenje Media. That's not why we are here. We are here to discuss something very important. All right. So from what you have just heard, focus on this particular motion for injunction to stop the delivery of Super Tucano, and then also demanding that they return it. And then at the same time, remember, what he said about referendum and the UN and the United States involvement and what the United States can do, the power of the United States in a Biafra referendum and all that. You are hearing from somebody who is highly placed, a lawyer in the United States. All right. And for IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, join the conversation. Here we go. Link has been posted and you can join the conversation. You can ask me about my glass. Today we are gossiping. We are gossiping. You can ask me about my glass. All right. Welcome to the program, Prince Chooks Tagbo.
Can you hear me? Good evening, Mr. Simon.
I can hear you live and direct.
Okay, that's fine. I want to use this opportunity to thank you for the good work that you are doing, for the exposition that you are doing to those people who did not believe that our leader, nnamdi Kanu, has been doing a great job. even bringing this in now, most of them will confirm from this man now speaking as the legal this in the US. So this time I want to inform, I want our people to know that our lawyer, Mr. Fein Esq, visited our leader today. I don't know if so many of them is aware of it.
Yes, we have actually posted it, but for those who may not have seen the message,
so
our lead counsel, Barrister Ejiofor, met with our nnamdi kanu today, and everything is fine. Like I have always said it, but it is good to confirm it like this.
Yes, it is true. It is confirmed.
All right.
Maybe tomorrow, DOS, they will still speak. By tomorrow, our DOS will come out to speak too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for the good work that you are doing. Thank you very much. Let me give time for other people to call.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. The priest of peace, welcome to the program.
Thank you, my brother. First of all, I want to make reference to what Bruce Fein was saying. Actually, those media people that were asking him those questions were just being mischievous in the sense that they don't understand what Trump has done, you know, and going back and forth, you know, bringing in the issues that Obama did this, Obama did that. Yes, Obama did something, but Obama also brought this administration that is a wrecking hell ball to every indigenous people in Nigeria. It's unfortunate that it's annoying to listen to those kind of analysis. But coming to what Bruce Fein is saying, is very clear imperative that the IPOB is an organization that has a mission. It's an organization that is focused. It's an organization that knows what they are doing. They are not asking for war, but rather they are asking for a referendum and going through the process that they are, you know, using through Bruce Fein and other law firms is the best thing to do. It has happened before, and happening now is not going to be a different thing. So, but I want to encourage everybody to keep praying, because I mean, that is what is going to happen. We will achieve our aim to determine our economic being, our political whatever, to, you know, make sure that yes, we have to chart a course. Because when you look at those people doing this analysis, they don't really believe in Biafra. I want to tell you. I know that he didn't want anybody to talk about the media. Yes, it is annoying to listen to him. Very, very annoying. But I should have advised that you should have allowed that interview to run through, so that people will also understand, you know, the mindset and the process and everything Bruce Fein is doing in, you know, bringing IPOB's ideas and efforts to bear. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being part of the program. And Ifeanyi Peter Obi, thank you very much for your super chat. We appreciate you. Yukwi, good evening, good morning from here.
Hey Simon, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Just really quickly, first of all, thanks for all the hard work that you do. It's it's a blessing to have someone like you as a part of the struggle. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want to ask maybe a quick favor. Is it possible that you guys can create like just kind of like a postcard that anyone can download and send where they want? The reason behind this is because to send a postcard where I am in the US is 50 cents. Okay, it's 50 cents. So if I had a postcard, there's 2,500 people that can send a postcard every day for a month. You're talking about $17. $17. 2,500 people spending $17 every month for an entire year gets you close to 1 million postcards. Imagine 1 million postcards with the reason why I'm asking, can you guys get the postcard? If you get the postcard and the information on the postcard is very simple. This is what this is why we want referendum. This is what's going on in Nigeria. And you tell us a place to send that postcard. That place will be flooded with postcards. It will be impossible for that place to not know what's going on. That's simple little things like that. We can collectively organize ourselves. So, we don't need 10 million different postcards or 20 million different messages. If you guys can organize just one postcard, $17 a month, 2,500 people can send close to 1 million postcards, whether it's to the White House, whether it's to CNN, whatever. So that's just one thing, that postcard. The second thing, earlier, I missed my chance earlier today when you had your first showing, but one thing that came up were all these doubts again. People with all these doubts, how can we feed ourselves, yada yada yada. Listen, while we are waiting for Biafra, people should self-organize themselves so that if there's a question about how will we begin to educate ourselves, how will we begin to feed ourselves, what part of the economy, do you know now by yourself you can just find a group of people that are like-minded, that has an idea about how education should work in Biafra, how power should be working in Biafra, how this one should be working. Organize yourselves. Me myself personally, I'm in economics. So we have an economic club and we talk about everything related to economics in Biafra. So when Biafra comes, it's not that we'll be screaming and shouting that we don't know what we're doing next. We'll simply present all of our ideas. So you guys that are really good in education, get together, dream up how education might be in Biafra. So that when that time comes, you just give it to everyone and nobody will say that you didn't think it, because you're definitely thinking about it, right? We have every possible brain. Why don't we begin to self-organize ourselves now, so when the time comes, we're ready to go? I have many other things I want to say, but with time, thank you for letting me speak. Simon, God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your contribution. That was a very brilliant one. Where is Obi Okeke? Welcome to the program. Obi Okeke, welcome to the program. Obi Okeke, you are not talking. I can't hear your voice.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to commend you for the good work you are doing. I want to make a simple appeal. People have so many to think. Like I said, I won't take seconds from you. Please, next time, do not bring this kind of video of changing media. Just analyze it and come and tell us, please. That's the only thing I want to do, because such talks removes anointing. I was here and I was listening. Trust me, you messed my day with this video. Please, I'm begging you. Next time, edit it and come and tell us.
All
God
right.
bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Say remove. Say remove anointing. My anointing will deliver the anointing that you will remove. Don't worry. All right. Judo Carfor, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the program. Judo Carfor is not talking. Judo Carfor is not talking. All right. I'm going to take you out. Uche, can you repeat where you are watching it from? I'm hearing my voice.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you use the gadget where you're watching it from?
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes. No, okay. I'm still hearing myself.
I'm only watching from computer, that's all.
Okay, how come I'm hearing my voice there? All right, go ahead. I think it's better now.
Okay. So thank you for letting me in. I've been watching you for a long time, but I have never had opportunity to talk to you.
So this is your first time.
Yeah, this is my first time talking to you, but I've been watching you. Like, even if I miss the program, I'll go to the YouTube and watch it. So,
Wow, welcome to the program.
Thank you, and your glasses is superb. So forget about all of this stuff.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So I have two things to say. One is about referendum. I have been thinking about this question all along, like how can we make sure that it's going to be secured? Well, by the way, I'm calling from California, US. So how are we going to make sure that it's going to be secured? Because that has always been my worry. I know all Biafrans want to succeed from Nigeria, but if we bring foreign countries to monitor the vote, how are we going to make sure that they're going to deliver what is being voted? That's one thing. Secondly, is about people that live in US. I guess this is my own opinion. For people that are Biafrans, IPOB, I think that they should, because if you go to the internet, you will see the number, whoever is representing your state or your district. So both those senators and House of Representatives, their numbers are there. I am thinking that they should start calling them, because for me personally, um, the Speaker of the House is from California. So I live in California. Ever since our leader was abducted, I call her every morning because they have their own voicemail where you can leave message. So I call her every morning, explain myself, what is going on with our leader. So I'm thinking that people should start doing that. I'm not saying that it's going to, like, fasting Biafran referendum, but maybe like when we bombard them with phone calls, they might listen. So I do that every morning, and I'm encouraging people that live in USA to do that, because their number is accessible and online. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Uche, for that. Can you repeat again your first question or comment?
Oh, my first question was, how are we going to make sure that, when we have a referendum
All right, thank you. So, yes, that is now the Biafra people will supervise that referendum. Referendum is taking place in Biafra now, and if by the time that time comes, we may also consider having the referendum or giving the opportunity to people in diaspora to vote as well. We are going to fight for that. So the issue of being afraid of rigging the election or rigging the referendum, as the case may be, will not come up, because now we have mechanisms in place to protect our vote. We have mechanisms in place to protect the referendum against every obstacle of the Nigeria state. So that we can assure everybody that the most important thing is that let them agree that they are giving us a referendum and leave the rest.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, well, I'm assuring you, it's an assurance. We have the mechanism in place to protect that vote.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Nick, welcome to the program. Welcome to the program. Mr. Nick is not talking. Jumwa, good evening and welcome to the program. Jumwa, welcome to the program. Jumwa, are you there? Jumwa is not talking. Faith Win, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. This is my first time calling in.
Well, our ministry is growing. This is your first time. Welcome.
Oh, Simon, I've been listening to you for the longest. I'm the coordinator, IPOB coordinator in Delaware. So,
my popularity get to you today.
Thank you. So I'm very excited. Thank you very much. This is incredible. You're doing really awesome. I just want to appreciate your efforts and your charisma as well. It adds flavor to the whole thing. You know, that's incredible. So with regards to what the videos that you played earlier, I just want to encourage our people. Really, that's where I want to focus on tonight, just to encourage our people that no matter what happens in this struggle, they should always keep faith and stay focused. That's a lot of distraction, but all of that with time will kind of just wither out, because light and darkness cannot miss. Once a place is dark and you add light to it, darkness disappears. And if you're a Biafran, a true Biafran, which all of us are, we cannot afford to give up when things come up, because things will come up. So as long as you're positive, you're a positive thinker, as long as you're progressive, always align yourself with people who are progressive. Always align yourself with people who are forward thinkers, because that would really get us to where we need to be. So I want to also encourage our people, please. I'm not trying to attack in the media. I've been monitoring the guy for a long time, and I'm not trying to butcher him or anything. He's a Biafran. Unfortunately, his name does not really reflect him. So I have so many instances that I can give. If you happen to go back to July and watch the post where he talked about a Biafra as a dream, he used it to compare something about Spanish. Read that article very quickly. Also read the article where he posted "A lion dies alone." That was closer to the time when our leader was kidnapped. So these are little signs out there that we should not take for granted. When you follow these people, don't be shallow following them. Watch them very closely. It's unfortunate. I keep saying that the enemy that will kill you is the one that is close to you. There are people that are screaming Biafra. They are not, for Biafra. And he has now hidden his ideas. He just doesn't, either he wants a newborn Nigeria or something. He's a Nina person. He's Tony Nina the handman. He's just, the guy he's out there. His work speaks for itself. So by these people, they know what they are doing, but we are greater in number and we are forward thinkers. They are educated yet, but illiterate. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. God bless you all and remain focused. We are sending our letters. Please do not be discouraged. For people in the United States, I sent letters to all our senators regarding the Tokuno. I got a response from Senator Coons here in Delaware. So we are doing stuff. It's not everything that is out there, but we are doing stuff. God bless.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Faith Win, for coming to the program. Always remember to watch us and share the video as well. All right. Anthony, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Mr. Simon. How are you?
I'm doing very fine. And you?
I'm doing okay. I'm behaving myself like yourself.
Good.
Thank you for wearing your glasses. It makes you look like...
Did you share the video? I want to get popular.
Of course, I did, and and it's creating more enemies for yourself. But you passed it.
Thank you very much.
I just want to thank you for... I'll use this word, deconstructing that conversation. You did justice to that conversation, because in the eyes of a common man looking at that conversation, the person probably may not understand the nitty-gritties of those Muppets and who call themselves Biafran. And I appreciate the last caller who mentioned that he's part of Peter Nadi, but we don't give a damn about who they want to be. So I would just want to thank you. This is a discussion of hope for those who think that what we are doing is not creating ripples in the kingdom of the enemy. This is a call of hope. So anybody who thinks that Biafra dream is a mirage should watch this commentary and see what is going on behind. So I just want to thank you. The Latin people always use the word sperantes. Sperantes means hope, and then we have sperantes here, and we thank people like you. So the kingdom of God taketh things by violence, and Biafra is about to take it by violence. So you can just be a clown; it doesn't matter. Let's get to our destination. Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you very much for very brief and a very good comment from you. And Mwabweze OG, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you, Master Simon.
You are not wearing cloth, so we are going to take you out. Obina, welcome to the program. Can you reduce where you are watching me from, please? Obina is still busy talking. All right. Abuchi Oy, welcome to the program.
Hi, Simon. How are you? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the program.
Excellent. Great job, Simon. Hey, the mic, reason why I'm calling is because your last guest talked about civil disobedience. And I think that civil disobedience is probably one way that we can quickly accelerate our cause. I know that the stay at home on the 8th of this month is basically one way of civil disobedience.
Yes.
But I think that we can probably make a much bigger traction by basically being outside. Maybe the next level of the civil disobedience could be maybe marching on the streets. If you do this like in 10 cities in Nigeria, or multiple cities in Nigeria and also United States at the same time, several days and several weeks. I mean, BBC, CNN, they must know this, right? So I think that's probably a much a bigger way to build traction. We did this in South Africa, march during the apartheid march to stop apartheid in South Africa, as well as Angola, right? Or maybe even like the MLK holidays in the United States. So I think for the world to notice us more, we need to build more traction in civil disobedience. That's my 2 cents. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Noted.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Free nnamdi Kanu, welcome to the program.
Yeah,
Free
Mr. Simon,
you are.
Good morning from here.
From here is where? Here is where? Because you already this your video take just come turn like something else. Are you calling from Nigeria? Hello? Are you calling from Nigeria? Hi, no, wow. This must be a Nigerian network. This is how to know Nigerian network. It must be Nigeria. If you know be Nigeria, then it's a mistake. It's a very big mistake. It is either Nigeria is borrowing the place network to use, because this kind of network can never be any other place than Nigeria. If it is not Nigeria, it means that the country borrowed the network from Nigeria network. Because, all right. I say that this evening is going to be very powerful. On this note, we are going to call it a day because I have to work. Again, I have some work to do before I go to sleep. And for that reason, I have to end this broadcast. And of course, those of you who did not, who were not able to speak today, you are going to speak tomorrow. You are going to speak tomorrow. And tomorrow, we are going to be normal. We have advertised ourselves now. We have advertised and we promoted ourselves. And hopefully by tomorrow, we are going to be very popular. Hopefully by tomorrow, in all social media. We are everywhere. Our picture, I want this picture to fly everywhere in social, because if I didn't get popular from you, I will not like it. So I want this. Take screenshot, share it. I want to get popular. That's why I'm wearing this. So by tomorrow we are looking at getting popular. And thank you very much. Thank you, Nnamdi Precious, for your super chat. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. You see, life now like this. JJ, we will do JJ. You know, we know the struggle like that. You know, everything is just JJ. Take life very easy so that you are not going to wound yourself. All right. So may God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa Republic. May God bless the Middle Belt. May God bless Arewa if they are going to accept my prayer. May God bless IPOB worldwide. May God bless nnamdi Kanu. May God bless on the Iboho. May God bless ESN. May God bless you watching and making sure that this message is shared everywhere. Remember where we are having this live broadcast is on Enter Biafra Channel 1. Enter biafra.com. Make sure you register. Make sure you watch from there because that is our own platform. On this note, good night.
Attention, attention. IPOB one family. This announcement is for those outside of the USA that wish to donate to the Eastern Security Network Fund that is based in the United States. Because of the fees that donators have to pay the bank when sending wires, we recommend that if you're sending less than $250, that you donate through the IPOB USA website. It's fast, simple, and less expensive for you. Go to our website, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That is www.ipobinusa.org/donate and make your contribution. When it comes to keeping our people safe, every bit counts. After all, the security of our communities is our responsibility. Let's make this happen together.
Yeah, Mr. Bella once again.
Wisdom, feel it, come on.
Say Biafra will not last forever. They say IPOB no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? What do they see? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I will shoot them aside. No. Biafra will live forever. Oh yeah. 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 Ogerugo manige tetanura. The lovers of Biafra. This is the time we need to come together and fight for what is belong to us. Ogerugo maniga bandizu. What make us a giant of Africa? Adapo chinti na sugo. Mbogeru ni sina nyama kweno. Hello Lisa Binigwe. Out of his wisdom, giving us somebody like nnamdi Kanu for this our race mission. Biafra will not last forever. They say IPOB no go stand. What did they know? What do they know? What do they see? If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them aside. If you give me a gun, I go shoot them
them a side. See you joke, our hero have the 14 never stop. Nnamdi Kanu, but no can we stop, he cannot stop. Biafra only forever. Believe me now.
But independence for Nigeria as a corporate entity is not enough. The peoples of Nigeria must at the same time be guaranteed their freedom. We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution.